उमज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमा ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So here we are seeing in this portion of Srimad Bhagavatam about the secondary creation, the sons, the daughters, starting from, like say, from Brahma, then Swayambhuva Manu, so his daughters, their children. So this is the genealogical table of the daughters of Manu. That's what we are seeing here in this portion. If we ask any modern scientist, a student of science, which was the first creature on this planet or on this universe, what would be the answer? Algae, some amoeba, some jelly, something, different things they have. And some millipedes, centipedes, first animal creatures, they say. There was some primordial soup and some reactions happened and it gave birth to some unicellular organisms and slowly developed some flagella and started moving. Different theory they give, but we see here from the Bhagavatam that the first created being of this universe is Lord Brahma, with 4 heads, with full knowledge of all the Vedic literatures, most intelligent, the first Brahmana, highly qualified. And then his sons, initially he created the 4 Kumaras with the objective of increasing the progeny, but they rejected their father's words. No, we have some higher purpose than what you are proposing to us. They rejected their father's instructions, the 4 Kumaras, and Brahma becomes angry, and from that anger, from between his eyebrows, Rudra is generated. And then the Bhagavatam speaks of how another 10 sons are born of Brahma from different parts of Brahma's body. From his hands, the great sage Kratu, he is born. Likewise, Narada Muni from his devotional contemplation, from his mind, another great sage, like is from his different parts of his body, different sages take birth. So there it is mentioned how from his eyes, from Brahma's eyes, Atri Rishi is born. Just before this, we were speaking of Kardama Muni, how Swayambhuva Manu's daughter Devahuti is married to Kardama Muni. Who is Kardama Muni's father? Brahma. And how was Kardama Muni born? From which part of Brahma's body? It was from Brahma's shadow. Brahma's shadow, Kardama Muni is born. So all these 10 great sages, then Kardama Muni, these are all sons of Brahma. And finally, it is said how Swayambhuva Manu and Shatarupa. Simultaneously, it is said how Brahma, from a body wherein sex life is not prohibited, Swayambhuva Manu and Shatarupa, simultaneously they emerged out of Brahma's body. It is said they are not different from Brahma's body. And from them, Uttanapada, Priyavrata, Devahuti, Akuti, Prasuti, they were born. So now Kardama Muni is married to Devahuti, and one of their daughters, Anasuya, now she is being married to Atri Rishi. Atri, Maharshi Atri. So Atri and Anasuya. So they are being ordered by Brahma to create progeny and populate this universe. So as usual, both of them, husband and wife, Atri Rishi and Anasuya, they perform great tapasya, austerities on the mountain ranges known as Riksha. So for 100 years they perform tapasya with, like say, without food, without water, just sustaining themselves on air, that's only breathing, no food, no water, and standing on one leg. Atri Rishi performed tapasya for 100 years. His goal, or what was his desire? His desire was, it is expressed how? In one of the previous verses, Sharanam tam prapadyeham ya eva jagadish. Sharanam tam prapadya, I surrender to that Supreme Lord. Who is that Lord? He is Jagadishvara, the Lord of the universe. Atri Rishi, it is said here, he doesn't know specifically who that Lord is. But he has some conviction, some understanding that yes, there is this universe, this creation, and there is a Lord who is the creator of this universe. That much he is aware. So he is praying that Sharanam tam prapadyeham ya eva jagadishvaraha. I have taken of that Lord. For what purpose? Prajam atma samam mahyam. Atma samam prajam. Praja means progeny or son. Let me have a son, Atma Samam, who is equal to the Lord of the universe. Prajam Atma Samam Mahyam Prayachatu iti chintayan. May that Supreme Lord provide me with a son who is equal to him. So this was the desire of Atri Muni. He was thinking, may the Lord of the universe, of whom I have taken shelter, kindly be pleased to offer me a son exactly like him. So this was the prayer. And with this desire in mind, he is performing tapasya, all the breathing exercises, controlling his breath. Fire started emanating from top of his head because of all the intense breathing exercises what he was undergoing, intense tapasya. So this fire was noticed by Brahma, Vishnu and Lord Shiva. all the three predominating deities of this universe, who are meant for creation, maintenance and destruction of this world, they were able to see this. And all three of them appeared in front of Atri Rishi. So Atri Rishi was able to see three personalities. He saw one of them seated on a swan with kusha grass in his hand, and he could make out, who is this? Brahma. Another personality, he is seated on Garuda, a big bird, and he is having one disc, chakra in his hand. Who is that? Lord Vishnu. Another great personality who is seated on a bull and he is having one damaru in his hand. And who is that? Lord Shiva. So he is standing on one leg and he comes and offers his obeisances to all the three deities. And in front of them he places this question. What is that? I offer my respectful obeisances unto all of you and beg to inquire whom of you three I have called by my prayer. See, it is very significant to understand this. He is asking them, I beg to inquire. See, beg to inquire means very submissive. In a humble way, he is asking, I beg to inquire whom of you three I have called by my prayer. I have called the Lord of the universe. So whom among you are the Lord of the universe? So this is the petition, or this is the request which Atri Rishi places in front of all of those three great personalities. And then all the three, being pleased upon Atri Rishi, they say, we benedict you, you wanted a son, from each of us three sons you will get, one from each, so three sons you will get. So thus, while the couple looked on, the three deities, Brahma, Vishnu and Maheshwara, disappeared from that place. They blessed him and they went away. Thereafter, from the partial representation of Brahma, the moon god was born of them. And then, from the partial representation of Vishnu, the great mystic Dattatreya was born. And from the partial representation of Shankara, Lord Shiva, Durvasa was born. That's what we find in this verse. Somo abhut Brahmano amshena. Brahmanaha amshena. From Brahma's partial representation, Soma or moon god was born, and Vishnustu Datto Yogavit. From partial representation of Vishnu, Dattatreya, who is Yogavit, expert in mystic yoga, he was born, and Durvasaha, Shankarasya Amsho. By a partial representation of Shankara or Lord Shiva, Durvasa Muni, he was born. And then Nibodhangi Rasa Prajaha. Next, I'll go on explaining about the sons of Angira. So that maybe next session we'll be seeing. So till here, this is the story of Rishi Atri, his wife Anasuya, the way they performed tapasya on the order of Brahma to create progeny, and what kind of severe austerities they performed, and what was the mind, what was the desire of Atri Rishi with which he performed this tapasya, and a result of that, how all the three deities, the lords of the universe, they appeared in front of him and they blessed him to have a son from each of them. And due to their blessings, Soma, that is moon god, Dattatreya and Durvasa. They were born. So this is the story of Atri Rishi and Anasuya. So here there are many lessons for us to learn. In one of the previous purports, we have seen how Atri Rishi is praying that I want a son like the Supreme Lord. Since he is not completely conversant with who the Supreme Lord is, he has not developed attachment to or love towards the Supreme Lord. So, he cannot be called as a pure devotee, Atri Rishi. But still he had the desire, performed tapasya. The Lord is very merciful. It is said how? Now if we want to answer this question, who is the Lord of the universe? Very beautifully in one of the previous purports, Srila Prabhupada says, actually the Supreme Lord, Karanodakashayi Vishnu, he is the Lord, because all the universes, they emanate from his body. Through his bodily pores, millions of universes are emanating. So he is the original Lord. And not only he, the same Karanodakashayi Vishnu enters each of the universe and he sustains the universe as Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. So he can be called as the Lord of universe. And not just that, the same Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, he enters into each and every atom and the hearts of all living entities within the universe. So he can be called as the Lord of the universe. And it is said, not just these three, on the order of Kshirodakashayi Vishnu, even Brahma and Shiva, they are also called the Lords of the universe, because they have taken up the tasks of maintenance, destruction and creation of this universe. So, it is said, on the order of Lord Vishnu. This word we are now very much familiar with. On my order. So here, on the order of Vishnu, Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma, they are also lords of the universe. If at all that order was not there, then they could have not been called like that. So that we see here. And then, so this is one thing, understanding about who the Lord of the universe is. Now, I want a son like God. So this is termed as a material desire. A material desire. Devotees, we chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada explains the meaning of this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, this prayer. O Krishna, O Radha, kindly engage me in your service. Kindly give me relief from service towards Maya. So this is the prayer. Pure devotees, with this in mind, let me be engaged in the service of the Lord. My constitutional position is to be a servant. If I am not engaged in the service of the Supreme Lord, then definitely my constitutional position, this cannot be changed. My dharma is to be a sevaka, to serve. If I don't serve the Supreme Lord, then naturally I'll be engaged in the service of Maya, in the form of service to my own senses, my uncontrolled senses, my uncontrolled mind. So this is where I'll be engaged in. So devotees pray to the Lord, kindly give me relief from such false or illusory service. Kindly engage in your service, which is Sat, eternal, transcendental. So this is the prayer of a devotee. Now, just like if we do not come to this platform of understanding, just like in the outside world, we pray for so many things. Srila Prabhupada explains like how Dhanam Dehi, Rupam Dehi, give me money, give me nice beautiful body, or good health Dehi, or like that, many things. Give me this, give me that. I am not asking something bad. I am asking, I require some money for my sustenance. I require good health. I require some good relationships. And I am asking to God. So is there anything wrong in this? Yes. As per the standard, as per the teaching set, like say the Bhagavatam standard, we say yes, there is something seriously wrong in asking God such things. Compared to an atheist, we may say yes, okay, it's good. But from a comparative, assessment if we make, from the platform of pure devotional service, we say, asking God, give me this, give me that, give me money, give me good health, give me good relationship, good wife, good children, all these things, these are all something material. These are all not to the standard of pure, unalloyed, pure devotional service. So all of these things we have understood by reading the Bhagavad Gita, the Bhagavatam, and especially from the teachings of a pure devotee of the Supreme Lord, a pure devotee spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada. Otherwise, just like it is mentioned, if you accept the spiritual master who is a Kanishta Adhikari, spiritual master, in one place in the Ishopanishad, in the Upadeshamrita, it is said how a spiritual master can be a Kanishta Adhikari, can be a Madhyama Adhikari, can be an Uttama Adhikari. If you accept a spiritual master who is a Kanishta Adhikari, you can elevate yourself to a Kanishta Adhikari only, not beyond that. If you accept a spiritual master who is from the category of Madhyama Adhikari, you can elevate yourself to that platform of a Madhyama Adhikari only. Only if you accept an Uttama Adhikari as your spiritual master, then you can elevate yourself to that pure Uttama Adhikari stage. Otherwise not. So it is so very essential for us in what we say, accepting a spiritual master who is an Uttama Adhikari. Yet in another place, Prabhupada says how we are all bound, tied, hands and legs. Material, world, Maya, she has tied us. To come out of this bondage, if we want to come out of this bondage, then we require a help of a personality who is not tied up hands and legs. He should be free. Only then he can help us to untie this, this knot and release us from this bondage. For that, he should be a liberated person. So these are all what we see. Otherwise, what will happen? We may end up like this, asking, we may be praying to God, rendering devotional service, but with the desire of, give me a son like this, give me this, give me that. See, now we are chanting this Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Padma Purana says, Nama Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha. This Nama is like Chintamani, a touchstone. Whatever benediction you ask, it will give you. So, as devotees, we should be very careful to ask. Something we ask, you may get it. Just like this example of a mother is there, the child is there, the child is crying for its mother. The mother, she is busy somewhere. So she comes, gives some toys in the hands of the child and she goes away. The child is very enamored, looking at those very attractive toys and starts playing with that and some time it spends with that and breaks those toys. And finally again the child will start crying for the mother. Again the mother comes. Now this time she might switch on the television, some cartoon, those channels, and she'll leave it. And again the small child, he is very attracted to look at all those nice cartoons, the picture there, everything. And he stops crying and keeps looking on that. And again, is he satisfied? No. Again after some time, again he starts crying. This time the mother may come, open one lollipop and push it in its mouth. And nicely he is licking that, sucking that, and he stops crying. And after some time the lollipop is over. He throws the stick, again starts crying. And finally, the child becomes very desperate for the mother. Only then the mother, she'll give up all other work, whatever so-called, busy and other activities. She'll give up all those things and then come and attend to the child. Sit there, take the child on her lap. She may breastfeed him or feed him some food or whatever and takes care of the child. So, Srila Prabhupada says how this is the way we are supposed to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, just like a child for its lost mother. Sometimes uncle, auntie may come, give one lollipop, give some toys and make us quiet. No, we should not stop there. That's not what we are meant for. This human form of life, we are supposed to become completely purified, become eligible to go back to Godhead, develop love for the Supreme Lord. If we become complacent in any of the lower things what we may get, then we may miss out the opportunity of getting Krishna Prema, love of Godhead. So we should be desperate, like the child crying for its lost mother. Not to be satisfied with any other thing, not to maintain any other desire than the service of the Supreme Lord. This should be the only goal of a devotee. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Tad vidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. Go and approach a tattvadarshi, a personality who has seen the truth. Not a personality who has partially seen little, or he is also trying to see. No, who has seen the truth. And then it is said, Tad vijnanartham sagurum eva vigachet samitpani shrotriyam brahmanishtam. Approach a guru who is shrotriyam, who is aware of all the tenets of the Vedic literatures and who is brahmanishtam, who is situated on the platform of Brahman, Nishtha. So we are also trying, but sometimes we may fall from our platform. But a spiritual master, yes, come to the Nishtha stage, unshakable. Another place, Srila Prabhupada says in the Bhagavatam, it is illegal to become a spiritual master if one is unable to deliver the disciple. If the spiritual master is unable to deliver the disciple, it is illegal to become a spiritual master. See the strong words used. And in Rishabhadeva's teachings we see Ma Janani na sasyat, Gurur na sasyat. You cannot become a spiritual master if you are not able to deliver your disciple from the clutches of from the bondage of this material existence. So all such strong statements we see. So in this context, let us recollect our daily prayers and we can end with this. Every day we chant this. The lotus feet of our spiritual master are the only way by which we can attain pure devotional service. So this we should remember always. The abode of pure devotional service, it is the lotus feet of our spiritual master. If at all we want pure devotional service, then we have to take shelter there. Otherwise, something else you may get in the name of spirituality, but not the ultimate thing. And then, by His grace, one can cross the ocean of material suffering and obtain the mercy of Krishna. If you want to cross over the ocean of material suffering, get the mercy of Krishna, Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasado, then you have to take shelter of Him. Then, my only wish is to have my consciousness purified by the words emanating from His lotus mouth. See, this is my desire. What is that? To purify my consciousness. As of today, my consciousness is impure because of the mixture of Rajoguna, Tamoguna's influence. So many unwanted desires I have been maintaining and I am trying to satisfy them. Just like Dhanam Dehi, Rupam Dehi, give me this, give me that. So many material desires I have kept. Many things gross and many others subtle, for name and fame, for followership, puja, labha, pratishtha, so many anarthas are there. I wish to purify my consciousness by hearing the words emanating from His lotus mouth. And then He opens my darkened eyes and fills my heart with transcendental knowledge. See, He is the person who opens my darkened eyes. It is not that, entire Bhagavad Gita I have read 10 times, Bhagavatam I have read, all the 18 Puranas I have read, 108 Upanishads I have read, and I become completely conversant with all the Shastras about the Supreme Lord, and my ignorance will be completely wiped off. No, it is He who will, through the torch of knowledge, enlighten me. He opens my darkened eyes and fills my heart with transcendental knowledge. We are not Mayavadis, we are not impersonalists. Behind Vedic study, Vedanta study, and going behind speculation, no. We surrender to the spiritual master and we receive knowledge as a blessing from Him. How much ever we would have been learned of different Vedic literatures, Shastras, if we don't get the mercy of the spiritual master, the knowledge, we don't become realized. Only some theory we may be knowing. If we want the realization, then it is the mercy of the spiritual master. By that only we'll be able to get. And we pray how? He is my Lord, birth after birth. Not only of this lifetime, birth after birth. Till we become completely purified, He guides us on our spiritual journey. And even after going back to Godhead, it is under His direction we render service to the Supreme Lord. So birth after birth, eternally, He is our spiritual master. And then from Him ecstatic prema emanates, by Him ignorance is destroyed. It is He who can award us ecstatic prema, love of Godhead. The Vedic scriptures sing of His character. All the glorification done in the Vedic literatures, the indication given to approach a spiritual master, surrender unto Him, all those things, it is for such a spiritual master. So if we don't approach such a spiritual master, surrender unto Him and take instructions from Him, then we may have to end up not getting the ultimate objective of our life, which is love of Godhead. We may have to become complacent with something lower than that. So with this we'll conclude. Grantraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.